Hello investors. I wanted to do a little bit of a unofficial part 2 analysis of Starbucks over here. In the previous video, I was analyzing the recent executive level change management, in which case Starbucks got a new CEO on this date right here, and then the price gapped up big. And so now I want to do a little bit of a technical analysis by analyzing the charts right here. And then I'll scroll down on FinViz, the tool that I use, to capture some of the metrics and understand, how's this business doing at a bigger picture level perspective, right? So let's take a look. Starting off with the fundamentals right here, as mentioned, back at 2 earnings ago, if you see the E right here, we go back 2 earnings ago on August. That was when they announced the new CEO. Right after the earnings gapped up a little bit, and then shortly after, they had a press release and a new CEO that would be coming in. That CEO was previously operating at Chipotle. Now he's at Starbucks, and investors felt really bullish on this day. It caused that stock to gap up, as you can see right here. Huge gap. One of the indicators that I like to use just to kind of get a general understanding of the direction of the stock is the 200-day moving average. A lot of institutions or big investors use that indicator as well. On here, it would be the pink line, as you can see right there. So I like to see when a stock, moves above the 200-day moving average, which it did when the new CEO was announced. It gapped up above the 200-day moving average, and then it started to cruise. Now, recently, back in December over here, right, the stock started to slip a little bit, and it came back down. Look at where it tested. Right on the 200-day moving average in the pink right there, as you can see. So we can see that, from my perception or understanding of the technical analysis, we can see that investors are still eyeing the stock and there's buying pressure at the 200-day moving average. So moving forward, it's just really, again, it's not always correct, but it shows a little bit of a visibility into the intent of where the stock price is trying to go. So that helps me calibrate to the technicals. I'll then look at some of the fundamentals over here. And again, this is just a snapshot of the fundamentals. What I like to do normally is first look at the size of the entity, kind of calibrate to how big is this organization and how much money does it make? So first thing I'll look at is, okay, the market cap, it's a $100 billion company. And in the eyes of investors, they're valuing it at $100 billion. In terms of income, they take home about $3.76 billion. Right? Now, that's net income after expenses and everything. Sales wise, they're doing about 36 billion. So from a gross margin business, they're doing about 21%, and their profit margin is about 10%. So imagine this, every cup of coffee that you drink out there, they make 10% on that cup of coffee. Is the way I like to think about that. Now, from an entity calibration perspective, I'll then look at, okay, what is the valuation multipliers it's trading on against the rest of the market in its industry? So price to earnings, you can see that as 27.6 times. I wouldn't say, that is pretty high, but not too high in this relative market. And then price to sales, 2.88. So that